Chelsea have lost their identity. Since 2017, no Premier League title, chaos in the boardroom, and Maresca has left the club. In walks Leon Rosenior, and fans are already asking, is this really the man to carry Chelsea's legacy? So today, I'm stepping in for a season, trying to rebuild Chelsea using total football. Tactics developed by Johan Cruyff's philosophy, fluid positions, constant movement, and absolute control. The goal with this save is to win Chelsea their first Premier League title since Antonio Conte. But here's the catch. This isn't just a rebuild, it's a challenged run. Cannot make no signings, I cannot change the tactic. 3 players must start 10 plus games in different positions. Our backline needs 10 plus goals and assists combined, and Cole Palmer must score 20 plus league goals. If you fail one of these challenges throughout the season, then the entire save ends. I must say that I'm really excited to be using this Chelsea team in this save. I mean, they have some unbelievable players, and I'm especially excited to use one of the young players, which is Estavo, or Esteve, some people also call him. He's absolutely insane in FM. Being 18 years old with these kind of stats has to be a start in our team, right? This tactic is kind of built around Johan Cruyff tactics when he was manager back in the day, where people had called his tactics for total football, which I've recreated here in Football Manager, where we have our backline, our midfield, being our players moving around different position, out of position, and just playing really good football. And when we're out of position, we're pressing the opponent's asses out and really trying to get that ball back, keeping very tight. And that's also why we have some different roles than you normally would see in your normal tactic. So hopefully that works. And what's really a key thing about this tactic is that I'm trying to recreate those diamond shapes. We're looking at in possession, we have our center backs and deep line playmaker here creating a diamond. We have our midfielders creating kind of diamond here, and also for our attacking players. So hopefully that will work out. But if you actually want to get this tactic, then you can get it on my Patreon. We opened it the season against Crystal Palace, and straight away it turned into chaos. It ended in a dramatic 3-3 draw that showed exactly how risky the system actually could be. But for the next game, we stayed in London, where we played Brentford at home, which turned out to be a completely domination from our side. We won the game 3-0 thanks to our attacking players really stepping up. And just take a look at the match stats. We had 76% possession, getting 28 shots and 14 of them on target. This is absolutely insane for a Premier League match. But in the games that followed, something started to click. The players began to understand the idea, the movements made sense, and suddenly we were winning. 7 victories in our first 10 matches. For the first time in years, it felt like this team could go all the way. But the rules we set for ourselves early on were about to come back and haunt us, since we had to have at least 3 players that must start 10 plus matches in different positions. And I'm probably thinking about we can switch our left wing and right winger so they play at different positions there, and then we can switch Andre Santos and Caicedo to make it a bit more challenging instead of switching Enzo Fernandez to deep line playmaker. And we could already see it has taken actions with our wingers not being as good as before, and the same with our midfield. So hopefully this won't go too bad. Was I right about what I said? No. Not at all, because after that we kept performing like nothing had changed. For the next few games, everything still worked. But then we happened to play Arsenal at home, and let me just tell you guys, yeah, it was a disaster. They absolutely humiliated us with a 4-0 defeat at the Stamford Bridge. And while that game made absolutely no sense to us, it didn't change anything, because this now means we had completed one of our challenges for this season, or we can now move on playing with our normal system. And we also even managed to beat Roy Van Nistelrooy's Bournemouth side 6-1, having Garnacho scoring a hat-trick, also getting a 10 in match rating alongside Cole Palmer. And we also kept them on just 2 shots throughout the entire game, dominating them with 32 shots, 78% possession. And halfway through the season, we can see ourselves 2 points behind Arsenal, who sits on top of the Premier League table. But this season is looking like to be a really tough challenge in the Prem, as Liverpool, City and Spurs is also competing in the title race. So it's going to be extremely exciting to see if we actually can hold on to this perfect form we're in. Quick break. If you love Football Manager, you need to listen up. I've been playing Footium recently, where you can actually own a football club. You build the squad, set the tactics, manage training, open packs, and play one real match every single day. Every decision matters, promotion, relegations, rivalries, everything a real Football Manager dreams of. And the best part of it, you can now play a full season for free. No pressure, no commitment, no catch. Do you think you really got what it takes to beat me? If so, click the link in my bio, jump jump in today and see how far you really can take your club. And I'm really surprised of how well this tactic actually works. I mean, the position we have every single game is absolutely amazing, even when it comes to playing small teams with big team, and it doesn't really matter if we're away from home or playing at home. This tactic does it all. But with us having such a good league form, can this also continue in the battle of the bridge game against Spurs? I don't know, let's find out. It actually ended up being a really tough game for us. Spurs came into this game with a lot of confidence, winning 5 out of the last 5 games. So of course they scored the first goal thanks to Xavi Simons, and throughout the game Thomas Frank's side really looked like the dominant team. But in the 84th minute, Moises Caicedo to level up the game and secure us a draw against Spurs. And this is actually very important thinking about the tight title content this actually is in the Prem. Our players has been performing insane in the recent months in the save, and Moises Caicedo really looked like being one of the best, and if not the best, defensive midfielder, not only in the Prem but also in the world. He has a lot of confidence in every tackle he goes in, and he wins the ball every single time. And Cole Palmer has really picked up his form that he has been missing in the last year or so, and he has been absolutely tearing up Premier League this season. Liverpool might have won the league last season, but this season they look way out of reach, and we really showed that when we played against Arne Slot's side. We absolutely tore them apart 3-0 at Anfield thanks to João Pedro getting a double over the Reds. In the Carabao Cup we had a pretty good run. We beat the Wolves 5-0 in the third round. Fourth round we won 4-2 against Brighton. The quarterfinal we won against Aston Villa 2-1, and the semi-final we won 7-1 against Newcastle, which led us to the final against Spurs. But yeah, we ended up losing on pens to Spurs at Wembley, and that way we lost the Carabao Cup final. But again, it is a Mickey Mouse trophy, don't worry guys, and we still got more competition to see how we did. On the other hand, in the FA Cup we won 3-1 against Wycombe. Third round, the fourth round we won against Derby 2-0, but in the fifth round we got eliminated by Man City on pens. And why on earth are we facing Man City in the fifth round? Please explain that to me, Football Manager. In the Champions League we also had a pretty good run by finishing 5th in the league phase with 17 points. Pretty good, I would say, with Chelsea. But around of 16 we had an amazing comeback against Eintracht Frankfurt, winning 4-3 in aggregate. Quarterfinal we faced Spurs, where we actually won the game 5-4 in aggregate. Good game, good comeback again. Semi-final, yeah, we lost to Newcastle. Just imagine guys, we had a Champions League final in our first season with Chelsea, but yeah, FM didn't want us to have it, which is okay. And now Newcastle is in the final against Manchester City. I don't want to break the good atmosphere in the club right now because we still have some targets for this season we need to go through to see if we actually completed them. I mean, we didn't make no signings this season or even change our formation, so we can already tick 2 of these boxes off. But let's check if we actually completed the 2 goals objectives we had this season. And guys, I actually cannot believe this. Cole Palmer ended on exactly 20 goals this season in the Prem, which is very lucky. And let's check if our defenders made 10 plus goal contributions this season. We got Wesley Fofana, he have 4, then 6, that's already 10, don't want to count more than that. So all the objectives for this season is actually completed. But enough about that, let's see how the finale game of the season is going, and hopefully we can go away winning the Prem in our first season with Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier League finale is here. We're playing Sunderland, who sits last in the Prem, already relegated, against us on the top of the Prem, just 1 point down to Arsenal. So this is a must-win game for us. But yeah, we actually end up completely bottling it as Habib Diarra scored after 3 minutes of play. Or did we? Because in the second half, Chelsea's boy Cole Palmer, he made his brilliance and completed an insanely important hat-trick to secure us the Premier League for the first time since 2017. And we can now finally lift the well-deserved Premier League trophy and bring it back home to London. And that's it for the video. If you liked it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel and turn the notifications on so you're ready for my next upload. God bless you all. I see you in the next video.